Hi, this is Dawn with Can I Keto, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how my last 2 days have been. Just a little update. First of all, I wanted to talk a little bit about intermittent fasting. I didn't think I'd ever do this, and I've only been eating keto since for a week and 3 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. A week and 3 days. And I didn't think I'd be intermittent fasting. But I've watched a video and I didn't even know what it was. And I watched a video and found out that some people have a set time that they eat and a set time that they don't eat. And they're fasting during that time. And I normally eat at 5 o'clock and don't eat anything else until the next morning about 8 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't realize that I was intermittent fasting, tongue-tied again, for about 15 hours a day. And I didn't even realize that's what it was called. But yesterday I ate breakfast, I ate lunch, and it was time for me to make my dinner. And I eat before my husband. I usually try to eat about 5 o'clock. And my husband comes home from work and eats around 6. That actually is good on my part because I can plan whatever I'm going to eat it, and then when he gets home, and then still have about an hour or so to prepare his dinner. And then when he gets home, I do not have to sit at the table and watch him eat his food, because I really thought that would be a hard thing for me to do. So I can easily be putting up the dishes or be putting up food or be watching TV or something else while he's eating, so I don't have to sit there and stare at all his goodies, his good food. But I really haven't had that many urges and that many cravings. But anyway, 4:30 came and I had bought shrimp, and I was so excited when I bought this to cook it. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so good. And I bought it a few days ago. It was in the freezer, and I just was craving it at the time. And it came time for me to cook, and I've been really trying to figure out my hunger cues and really pay attention to them, because sometimes I eat because, hey, the clock says it's time to eat, or, that looks pretty good, or habit, I guess. You just get into a habit of eating at a certain time. And so I've been trying to think about my hunger cues. Am I really hungry, or am I bored? Am I really hungry, or would some water just fill up my tummy and I'm okay? And I wasn't hungry at 4:30, even for the shrimp. And I thought, well, mine only takes a few minutes to prepare. I'm going to do it separate than his, because I'm going to be putting butter and make it a little bit more keto. And I already weighed it all out, 4 ounces, had it in the refrigerator separate. And I'm just like, I really don't want it right now. I'm satisfied. So I waited till about 5:30 when I started to prepare his. And I thought to myself, nah, I just don't, I'm not that hungry. I'm not hungry. And I thought, well, maybe I should just put it off. And the shrimp only takes a few minutes to cook. I can put it off, and if I get hungry at 10 o'clock or later, I could just get up and cook my food. I already had the broccoli prepared and everything. And I went through the whole night, and I just didn't feel like eating. I was just full. And I went to bed thinking, oh my goodness, I am going to be so hungry in the morning. And I woke up this morning, and I probably could have held off eating a couple more hours. I actually ate at 6 o'clock this morning because I had an appointment, and I knew I wasn't going to be back home until maybe 11. So I was worried about finding keto food out. And I know you can, but with me only have like 10 days or something under my belt of keto, I didn't want a chance that I would order something that might secretly have some kind of sauce on it or something. So I've been really watching. So I got up this morning, and at 6 o'clock I made my food to eat it before I left, and it was very good, but I wasn't even like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. I wasn't, and I could have waited a couple more hours and it wouldn't have bothered me. And the weird thing is when I was on the carb diet, where I ate carbs and not just a normal diet, just not even a diet, but the normal way of life that I used to eat. If I didn't eat for like maybe 2 hours, and I was supposed to eat at 12, and it was like 1 or 2, man, my stomach would just be, give me food. And my mind would just be like, oh my God, I want that. And it wasn't. It was just like really weird. It surprised me. It really surprised me. And I guess that's a very good thing. So, I did not eat from 12 o'clock yesterday afternoon till 6 o'clock this morning. So that was a pretty good area of time that I was not hungry. I probably wouldn't be doing it every day because I don't know if it even does, but I'm worried about my body thinking, oh my gosh, I'm starving and going to starvation mode, which I have no idea if that even happens when you're doing keto, but I'm worried about that. So I'm not going to do it every day, but when I feel like it, I'm going to take more cues from my body. And if my body says, okay, you're full, then that's it. I'm not going to eat, or I'm going to make sure I stop eating. I've always been part of the clean plate club, growing up, where if you cleaned your plate, you got something special, you got a treat. And I have to get mindset of not doing that. It's okay for me to leave part of this or part of that and not eat everything. And I need to tell myself that. I've been doing really good, and I really enjoy this, and I think this is something I can stick with. I'm satisfied. I haven't really had any big cravings, which I'm really surprised. And today I had to go and run an errand for my mom, and I had to go to Walmart. I went to Walmart, and a quick thing in my head when I was there, I had to go through the grocery department, and they had donuts. And for some reason, I was just like, oh, that'd be nice to have a donut. And then I just thought to myself, what are you doing? You're not hungry. You don't really want that donut. I think it's just a habit. How many of us go through the line and to go check out, and we grab one of those, Reese's peanut butter cups, or a bottle of Coke, or a bag of chips, or a donut, when we pass it, because it looks pretty good. But I put a second thought, and I was like, it's just a habit. You don't really want this donut. You're not craving this donut. Just a habit. And I need to make new habits. But I just wanted to let you know how everything was going. And I almost had a slip up, but I wouldn't even call it a slip up, because it was just like, I was thinking, oh, it'd be nice. Oh, I should get a donut. What's wrong with you? You don't want a donut. Why would you get a donut? It wasn't any like deep cravings or anything. So for anybody that's starting this, after you get with it a little while, you don't have those deep cravings. And I sort of hope this means that my ketosis is going fine, and I might think about changing to eating twice a day, eating 2 meals a day. I don't want to go to 1 meal because I don't have a gallbladder, and I'm worried about digestion, that if I could digest that much food at one time. But I'm thinking I could do, maybe not every day. I'm going to just take off of my body cues. If it tells me I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. If it says you're not hungry, I'm not going to. If I start eating and halfway through I say, I really don't want it, okay. So I decided I'm also going to watch my macros with every single meal. I want to hit that 75%, 20% and 5% on every meal. So that way, if I do decide I don't want the next meal, I won't have like tons of vegetables in one meal and then not have enough fat to balance that out. So every single meal I eat, I want it to be pretty much within line of the 75, 20, and 5%. So my macros, I hit my macros pretty much at every meal. So anyway, that's how it's going. It's Friday and I am doing good, and I weigh in next Tuesday, and I will do another video at Tuesday and let you know how this week went. And unless something major happens, I should have a good week because it's going well. And I really enjoyed the fasting. And I'm so proud of my body for doing it. So I'll see you next time, and take it easy. Bye-bye.